And good morning, Minecraft. Ignore the world hole. How are you guys doing today? Good, I hope? Good. I am too. Bit busy. Missed about a week of college. Well, a week and a half. Because, well, snow. Yeah, and I'm getting another foot. So, the joys of living in snowy New England. All right. What are we doing today? I want to show you something quickly before we actually get started here. And let's pop our head into here. This has been changed a bit, as you can see. So basically I have all this stuff here now, and this stuff is all being connected by chain drives, which aren't rendering. There we go. They kind of only render from one angle, but whatever. All right, so let's drop ourselves down here. As you guys can see, we have these chain drives. They're all connected to a central power shaft. There we go. Now, chain drives are similar to belt drives in rotary craft. The difference being chain drives are much more capable. So if you think about a belt, the belt is connected to each of its hubs by friction, and you can overcome that friction. If you've ever heard squealing or grinding in your car, or car driving down the street sounding like a pig getting stuck with something, that would be why. Its belts are slipping. With chains, they're actually hooked in to the gears that they're turning on, so they have much higher strength. So as you can see, we're cross-converting all these. We got some diamond gearboxes set up because they don't use up fluid continuously. You can see I redid this structure just so it's a bit of a passive generation. Free power generating the energy for the grinder goes out to here into some open blocks tanks. There's a drum back there to hold some extra. I had it up there, so I put it there. Why not? And then that feeds into the back of these hydrokinetic engines. 2 diamond 16-to-1 gearboxes. You guys saw me build that. And then just some shaft junctions set to various power splits. So 15-to-1, 7-to-1, 15-to-1. Just depending on what the machine upstairs needs. All right, let's bounce upstairs. What are we working on today? Well, we're getting some more Applied Energistics set up. Oh, yeah, I also put a farm downstairs for rotary craft seeds. So that's that. All right, so let's get started today. We need to actually start storing stuff in our ME drive. Cool, right? Yeah, I'm wicked excited, especially because this chest is completely full again. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to craft is the cell workbench, okay? And this is a really cool item, and I'll explain more later, but basically it allows you to partition or format your drives. CS people over there, that's a basically decent description. Not entirely accurate, but close enough. We'll get there. So now, let's start our crafting. All right, there's a lot of crafting. And I set it up beforehand. So we're going to need a bunch of these 1K storage components. Logic processors, pure Certus quartz, and redstone. You could use just regular Certus quartz, but I use the pure stuff. Okay. Then we're going to combine these guys into... let me make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, okay. With some calculation processors into 4K storage components. And a few of these are then going to be turned into 16K storage components. So this basically determines the size of the device, the storage component, determines how big the drive is going to be. The way Applied Energistics works is basically your items get turned into data and stored on drives, okay? Now, this doesn't mean you get an infinite item, like you scan the blueprint and just produce it like IC2's replicators. What it means is that you can store a lot of crap in a small space. So let's start crafting. The next thing we're going to need to do is to put these guys in like this to get our cells and our 4K storage components, our 16Ks and our 4Ks. The reason I'm going with 16K and 4K is quite simple. So no matter what the byte size is, you can see you have 4096 and 16384. Any cell can only store 63 different types of items. That's a hard limit, okay? I don't think there's any type of storage cell that can store more than 63 items. No, 63 types of items, that's your max limit, okay? That's it. That's all you can do. Now, the cool thing is, or sort of the interesting thing, kind of cool, is that when you put an item in and it uses up a type, it actually has a byte overhead cost. So the first item you put in is actually going to cost more in bytes than the second, third, fourth, and up to however many you stick in there of that type of item. So it behooves you also to kind of manage your really common items, like your metals, okay? Yeah, your metals, the stuff that you are just up to your eyeballs in, right? And we'll do that, and this, and this, and this, and that, and that, and that, and that. Okay, let's get some other metals out, because like this, and this, and this, and this. We don't need to put that in there. This, that. And that should be good for now. Let's do that as well. Let's put that cobblestone away somewhere. Cobblestone goes away. And not that, not that. Yeah, we'll store that in there too. Okay, so now we're just going to come over to here. All right. And we're going to open up our cell workbench. Okay. Partition storage based on currently stored items. That's a really useful mode. Controls contents cleared when you remove the cell. Okay. So all we're going to do is we're going to take one of our 16K cells, and we're just going to start shift-clicking this stuff in. And it doesn't use it up. These are ghost blocks, but it does a pretty good job of storing them all up. So bronze, lead, silver. Okay. So this should now be all set. Partition included precise. That works for me. Okay. So now that's partitioned. All right. And all we need to do is chuck it into our ME drive. Okay. Not too bad. So let's just throw all of this junk in here. And we'll throw all of this junk in here too. And we're actually going to do the same thing for our dusts as well. So we're going to grab some of this, some of that, some of this, some of this. We'll put flint in there too. Nether quartz, tanzanite, ruby, sapphire, peridot, Certus quartz crystal, pure Certus quartz crystal, charged Certus quartz crystal, fluix dust, nether quartz dust. Let's get some Certus quartz dust, and I always forget if I can charge pure Certus quartz crystals. So let's throw that in there, which gets us some of this. And then what else should I store? Sulfur should go in there. And I think that's just about everything that goes in there. Do I want to stick coal in there? Yeah, maybe, maybe not, maybe no. Let's grab some of this, some of this, some of this. Okay. Anything else that's going to need to get stored in there? I don't think so. Okay, good. Okay, so then we'll throw our other 64K storage in there, or other 16, excuse me. I do not have nearly enough resources to go up to a full 64K storage unit. And I don't remember, again, if you can charge the pure Certus quartz crystals. Let's see. Powering it, except it sparkles. Nope, doesn't look like you can get... Okay. All right, so it looks like you can only do that with the regular Certus quartz crystals. That's fine. All right. So let's junk this stuff back into here. Okay. And then if we look back at this thing, we should have everything. Oh, I forgot a bunch of crap. Ha 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 ha. Oh, yes. I'm a derp sometimes. I know. I know. I know. Don't worry. I am well aware of that. I am well aware of the fact that I can be a monumental derp on occasion. All right, so let's run back over to here, and let's just make sure all this stuff actually got stored. There we go. 16K storage cell, partitioned. We'll throw that in there. So notice how those drives have yellow lights on them. All right, now let's throw these drives in. These aren't partitioned. These will just store stuff. And the reason I went with 4K is they're relatively inexpensive, relatively. And they still hold 63 types of items. And we're going to have a lot of just miscellaneous different types of items, okay? So it's going to be useful to have that as storage, all right? Now, how do we get at items? How do we get items in and out? Well, that's a pretty good question. We're going to need to do some more crafting for that, all right? We're going to have to get ourselves a... Oh, gosh. Now I can't remember what it's called. Terminal. There we go. ME. Well, let's just get an ME terminal first. So I need illuminated panel, logic processors. Okay. Let's get this stuff out of the crafting table because that's why I had to put it all in there. So the first thing we're going to get is this thing. And of course, I know exactly what happened here. ME terminal, illuminated panel, glowstone, redstone, 2 glowstone. Which is that I forgot the glowstone. Derp, derp, to derp, derp, derp. All right. ME crafting terminal, terminal. There we go. Are you guys kidding me here? Oh, I'm missing 1 quartz glass. That would be why. Interesting. I thought I had more quartz glass than that. Apparently not. Huh. Okay. It's a little strange. I know I had more quartz glass. Like, I absolutely am positive I had more quartz glass than that. Is it still in any of these crafting stations? That is so weird. Where did... okay, there we go. I left it in there. I don't know why it got put in there in the first place, but I put it in there. Okay, so let's do this again, shall we? You're kidding me, right? Oh, I'm missing the iron for it. That's why. And just like that, we get ourselves some of these illuminated panels. Now, the next thing we're going to do is to actually turn this into a terminal, okay? And we need some of these things to do that with. Oh, for heaven's sakes. It's just going to be one of those days, okay? It's seriously just going to be one of those days. All right, so we'll get one of these. And then we just need nether quartz to do that. Annihilation and formations, you get 2 per, so it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. So we're going to get that, that, one of these, and then one of these. Gets us an ME terminal. Okay. Now the terminal is pretty cool. All right. Where'd my ME cable go? Oh, this is what happens when you record when you have only gotten 4 hours of sleep, guys. You start making stupid, stupid mistakes. So we're just going to connect it up right like this. So we'll put that there, and we'll throw that on. And notice, this is a multi-block. See? It's in the same block now. Yeah, they're not full blocks anymore. It's really nice. Now, if I open this up, look at that. I have access to my terminal. I can put items in. I can pull items back out, put items back in. I can search for items. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's actually pretty awesome. And I'm just going to take this off for a minute because we still have more stuff that we need to do. So trust me when I say use a wrench. Just trust me. Okay, so what we're also going to do is we're going to take our ME terminal, a crafting table, and a calculation processor. And this gets us the ME crafting terminal, which allows me to craft in the terminal. Nice. Now, so if I have the... all right, well, I'll show that in a little bit. A couple minutes, I'll show you guys that. Because I don't have enough stuff in here yet to actually craft with anything. But what we're going to need now is something called an import bus, okay? Just that annihilation core, 2 iron, and a sticky piston. Well, that's not bad. All right, so let's get some iron. Let's get some redstone. And let's just make ourselves a sticky piston. And I don't know why I always forget to shift click. Probably because it only works for me about half the time. So we got ourselves a sticky piston. Okay, sticky piston, 2 iron, and one of those annihilation cores. Gets me an ME import bus, all right? And we're just going to throw down some cable right here, and the import bus goes on the side, okay? And then all I'm going to do is just take my diamond dolly. Let's actually get this stuff done. Let's get the blocks out of here, just so it isn't that confusing. And I'm just going to pick this up and put it down right here. And you can see it's importing items one at a time, and that's going to take flipping forever. Okay, so then let's get ourselves what's called an acceleration card, which is this one of these advanced cards. Okay, so that means I'm going to need another calculation processor. Well, that's not too hard to get, right? That's just what, regular pure Certus quartz? Okay, we can do that pretty easily. Let's go, we need to use the pure, of course. And we'll open up this thing. We need the calculation press. Put that in there, put that in there. That will stamp itself out. Kerchunk. And then some of this, and some of this. See? Not too bad at all. Calculation processor, thank you. And let's come back over to here. Let's open up this guy. And what did I need for those basic cards? Advanced card. 2 diamond, 3 iron. Okay, we can do that. Redstone in the middle. I think it's Ore Dictionary is being a little weird right now, which is why that's happening. And we need some of those Fluix crystals. And we're just going to get 2 of these acceleration cards. Okay. And you can see, by the way, what devices it goes on. So fluid, buses, I/O ports, scribers, import-export matter cannons, and the molecular assembler. Okay. And all I'm going to do, so watch how slowly that's working, is you can see I have these upgrade slots here. So I'm going to go 1, 2. And you can see that this is now going a lot faster. Look at that thing go. All right. And I can also now convert these down. And just throw them in, so I'm not having to block things up anymore. Okay. All right, so let's put all this stuff in. Control click, by the way, when you're not in cheat mode, will put every one of that item of that type that you just clicked into the other inventory, by the way. Really handy when you're doing stuff like that. Okay. So that's all set, and that's good. I like to see that a lot. All right. Okay. So let's convert down our lapis as well. We can store that in this barrel temporarily. But as you can see, this is going to be a fairly simple process, importing all of this stuff into the network. Okay? Not too bad. Not too bad at all, right? So I'm just going to do all this transfer, and I'll be back in a minute. All right, so as you guys can see, we've already run into a problem, which is that some of our 4Ks are actually full up on types. So green light, it has types remaining. Yellow light, it's out of types, or it's pre-formatted. Red, it's both full, it's full of data, basically. Now, the cool thing about this, though, is that I can sort by the number of items here. I can do stored, crafted. We don't have crafting yet. Sorting direction, auto search mode, which I'll show you in a second. Tall centered, small centered, tall centered, small centered. Let's do tall. Now, the cool thing about this is, though, watch this. So if I go and I look at 4K, There we go. We can open up 4K storage cells, components. Hey, look at that. I can do that really easily. So all I need to do, let's see, I need, what is that? Logic press. Let's get another, let's see. Remember, just right-click to pull out half a stack. And all I need to do is make up some more of these guys. Let's get that one out. And yes, I'm doing this for a reason. I want to show you guys something that I think is pretty cool. Oh, I already got, that's 3. And then I need calculation. And let's get some pure Certus quartz. Oh, look at that. It did actually do it. Okay. Sometimes NEI derps out. I think they've gotten that fixed since the last time I was playing with Applied Energistics. At least I hope they have. And let's get some redstone out while we're doing this. So, redstone. I don't actually have that much redstone in storage. Alright, so if I get that... Why did I only grab one? I should have just grabbed a stack. Oh, I'm so happy. I can't tell you guys how happy I am to have this up and running finally. So let's go like this, like that, and like that. And I'm doing this because I actually want to show you something very specific. So let's let that run. Which is one of the things that's awesome about Applied Energistics. One of the reasons I love this mod to death. So let's do that. And that should be the last one we need. All right, so comment of the day. I need a 4K storage, right? Watch this. Let's just throw these. Oh, we can't, right? Okay. If I go 4K storage component, I need 3 of these. You can see it automatically did everything. Place that in. We get that. Send the items back to storage. And then I can just click in for a new 4K. And this is being a little bit derpy right now because I'm having to do this all because I can't put any new items into the network right now. So we just got ourselves a new 4K storage cell. Let's pop them in there. And you can see this thing is now importing again. Yay! And we should have a few items left over. And I do mean a few. All right? So now I get the job of cleaning up all of this crap. Yeah. Oh, we're still going to have crafting tables. Don't worry. It's just they're not quite as important as they were. All right, so let's just look along here. Okay, good. Let's remove you for starters. Let's remove you. All right, and let's start wrenching this stuff up. Now, I'm actually going for something of a hybrid storage approach in this season. And I will tell you guys why I'm doing that. There are decent reasons for it. Yeah. Applied Energistics is awesome. Don't get me wrong when I say that. There are just a few things it's not the best at managing. Let's do it. Let's say it that way. It's not the best at managing one or two different things. So we're going to be doing some unique and interesting things with it to kind of, you know, make sure that our whole system actually functions. Oh, and this is the point where I should do this as well. There we go. Remember, just put them in a crafting table to get them to stack with each other. Otherwise, they're actually different items because they store their configurations. So just remember that they like to do that. And this thing's, of course, going to take forever to bleed into the chamber. Okay? But that, we kind of expected that anyways. That's like, yeah, okay, fine. whatever. So I'm going to keep moving stuff, and this is going to take me just a little bit of time to work on. Just a little bit of time. Don't worry, however, because we're not going to be actually putting this stuff in the chamber. Next episode, we're going to look at sort of different ways of storing stuff other than just using the drives. And I actually am probably going to make myself a few extra drives now that I think about it. I think I'll get that running. Yeah. I need 4 more, right? So what's 4 times 3 is 12. So I'd need, let's see, logic, and that. We'll throw that in there. And that should run. Okay. So anyways, guys, this has been Mr. Kassarian. I want to thank you guys for watching. Oh, look, that's done. Yay. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, give me a like, comment, or a subscription. It actually really helps me to know that you guys are out there, keeps me motivated. And a motivated Mr. Kassarian is one who produces lots of videos for you guys. So let me know you're out there. All right, guys, as always, happy mining.